There was a recent study by Dr. Paul Wood and his team about the performance of wedge shots with elite players and amateur golfers. The big difference that he discovered was the contact point with the grass. The amateurs are going to be a lot more random with where they're hitting the grass, but also hitting the grass too far behind the golf ball. Amateur golfers were 2, 3, 4, even up to 6 inches behind the golf ball, and therefore not getting the consistent performance and control over the shots that the elite players were. G'day golfers, I'm Glen Haynes. Welcome to Aussie Golf Pros, where we help you be the best golfer you can be. Why is it that amateur golfers tend to hit the grass so far back with their chip and their pitch shots? If a player is trying to help the ball up in the air, then that's going to affect where they bottom out and where they're hitting the grass. And I definitely see that a lot in my coaching, where the player doesn't trust the loft of the club to do the work for him or her, and they try to help it, scoop it, and therefore they're going to thin a lot of shots, and definitely if they do hit the grass, it's going to be a long way behind the golf ball. The other thing that I see a lot of is just getting stuck. The stance a little bit too wide and the feet are stuck on the ground. So it's all this arms and shoulders, and I see a lot of players bottom out too early and hit the grass behind the golf ball because they're just stuck. What we see with elite players is better motion, so a narrower stance. Some like to lead that foot out a little bit, flare it out, but essentially it's getting through, it's rotating through the shot. It's actually shifting the weight like a mini full shot. And that way, it's so much easier. I've hit the grass in exactly the same spot with all of those 3 swings because I'm moving better. There's a better motion, a rotation. I can structure the arms much better, and it's much more stable because we're using the legs, the core, and the glutes to control that shot. In today's short game lesson, we're going to take you away from the chipping green and focus on the process of hitting better quality chips, controlling your distances, and controlling your landing points, because that's crucial to performance around the greens. You need to be able to control where the ball's landing so that then you can predict how far it's going to roll and get your shots much closer to the flag or even in the cup. A little challenge for you. I've set 3 buckets up, 5 paces, 10 paces, and 15 paces, and let's see how we go with this challenge. Now, if you think this looks easy, you'd be wrong. What it's helped me to do is really focus on what I'm striving to achieve here, which is really good contact, good control over the golf ball, and controlling my distance through good tempo. Follow through to be the same length so we can control that tempo. If we go for the longer one now, 15 paces, bit short that one, but a longer swing. Now I'm using plenty of loft here. We're going to use something around 56, 58, 60 degrees of loft, so that we can get it up in the air and get it into those buckets. So the 5 pace bucket, same process, flaring this foot out a little bit. Short swing, because it's a short shot. Great rotation through, I've hit the grass exactly where I wanted it to. 10 pace shot, exactly the same process. I'm still going to rotate through, probably a little bit more now as the swing gets a little bit longer. But the goal here is still to hit that grass in exactly the same spot. Very nearly. I've hit the grass where I wanted to, so it's much easier to control the shot. Now a little bit longer swing again, and you can see how much rotation I'm making through the shot there. I'm getting onto that front foot, a little bit longer swing. Great contact, I nearly got it in the bucket. It's so much more consistent if you can hit the grass in the same spot. We control the distance just through the length of the golf swing, that's it. So a little 5 pace chip is from here to here, 10 pace, 15 pace. Notice the backswing and follow through are matching each other. That's really going to help you with your tempo so you can control your distance much more consistently. But the motion is what helps us to hit the grass in the right spot. You've got to trust the club to do the work for you, whether it's a shallow angle of attack or a steep angle of attack, whatever your preference is. I personally prefer shallow. I feel like I've got bigger margin of error if I'm not really taking divots, I'm just cutting that grass. But there are plenty of great golfers out there that like to come in steep, and they're still hitting the grass in the same spot because they're turning through, they're shifting their weight, and it really is a great flow to the shot. They're not getting stuck. The stance is very narrow, not wide here like this, and definitely not trying to help the ball up in the air. that's going to kill you every single time. Something that we'd like to add to this is the importance of making a game of this, making a challenge, a competitive atmosphere. So you can set up a little game like 12 balls, alternate between the 3 buckets, and see how many you can get. 4 shots at each bucket, see how many you can get into the bucket, or just hit the bucket. And if you're a fairly new golfer or not that skilled with these shots, then try and find some bigger buckets. It is all relative, and we're all obviously just trying to improve our skill level and our technique and make better contact. Now, we've only hit lofted chips today, but of course it's very important to choose the right club for different chip shots around the greens. So watch this video next and learn how to choose the right club for you around the greens. We've got a free training guide for you. The link is there. It's also in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. We look forward to your company next week. Are you the best golfer you can be?